Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another series review. Now, originally, I know that I said I was going to do Resident Alien Series 3 and 4 together, but sadly, due to the limited capacity I have to be able to watch the whole of the rest of the series, I'm going to have to do it in installments. So, this is just Series 3. But without further ado, let's get right into the gist of stuff. So, Series 3 picks up from where we left off. We find out the Greys have been abducting the mayor and wife's baby, and the mayor and wife themselves, and constantly wiping their memory so they have no idea of it. We also find out that they've been using a human grey hybrid to essentially infiltrate the town, and they send him in as a police officer. But because Harry and his friends have a gist about the guy, it doesn't quite make it very easy for him in Patience. Then Harry discovers that Yellowstone is built on a massive volcano, which, if it explodes, would destroy pretty much the world. And he discovers that the Greys are attempting to fill that volcano with enough water to create enough magma that it would explode and cause absolute chaos for everyone. After revealing the Grey's identity, Harry gets a sanction from a very pretty lawyer, who seems to come from a planet of bird-like people. Harry falls in love for his lawyer, and their relationship becomes very complicated. They essentially become really intermingled with one another, and Harry tries to live a happy life with her. However, the human grey hybrid gets in the way and causes them to split up, leaving her to go off her separate way and giving the hybrid Harry's DNA. The hybrid wants Harry's DNA to essentially use a piece of Harry's ship because it is symbiotic, essentially meaning that it has to have your DNA to work. After constantly trying to work with the government, Harry finds himself in a sticky situation in which essentially it doesn't seem like he has a valid plan to destroy the Greys. One of his plans, however, was to create a bomb to destroy the Greys' spaceship. But this goes up in flames at the end of the series when him, Darcy, and Asta end up on the ship. Harry is then tricked by a mantis into walking into a cell because the guy offers him pizza. The mantis then takes over Harry's life, and essentially that brings us into season 4. So, what did I think of season 3? It's quirky, it's funny, it's dark. It has some really gripping moments in which we find out about the mayor's relationship with his wife being tested, but then that test bringing them closer together as they both find out they've both been abducted. I really like the fact that the mayor's wife is willing to sacrifice her own freedom for her husband after knowing that he has been abducted since he was a child. The relationship between Harry and his girlfriend is also on that same sort of structure, is where they're both being tested. I also find it hilarious that they start talking through a pigeon and his girlfriend turns up and pretty much says, "Stop messaging the pigeon. It's exhausting." The Grey Hybrid is a character that you can really hate at the beginning of the series, but then learn to slightly love when you realise the irony in his own plan. The fact that he didn't realise that the Greys were going to destroy the world, but also destroy him in the same process, because there's no distinguishing between a Grey human hybrid and humans, but there is a distinguishment between a Grey and the human race. Asta getting jealous at Harry's relationship with this bird person is hilarious in this series, especially on the premise that she constantly compares him to being her child. So the fact that she gets jealous is just ridiculously hilarious. I also like how Darcy and Asta's relationship seems to develop in this series. It's really being tested. Asta gets kicked out of home by her dad to try and become more independent, and Darcy is in a situation in which she is independent, but Asta keeps dumping things on her, and Darcy starts to call it out, especially when Asta's daughter Jay turns up and decides to live with them for a while. I also like Asta's relationship between her daughter compared to her mother. The comparison between the two and the argument they have at the bar over the information in the past is a very strong one when their past doesn't define their future. So, what do I give Series 3 of Alien Resident out of 10? It's very solid. The structure is completely there, and for that reason, I give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next series review.